So I've been watching the 2025 track and field, seeing some of the biggest names in the game already, if not all of the big names. We have recently seen Shelly and Fraser Price, we saw Shakir Richardson, we saw Shericka Jackson, and also Julian Alfred. These are some of the biggest names in the game, and already they are out. We have gotten a sneak peek of what their 2025 season looks like so far. But there is no sign of Elaine Thompson-Herah, and for me, that is concerning. Now, the truth of the matter is that where Elaine Thompson-Herah is concerned, there is so much that always seemed to be a mystery, and of course, 2025 is the very same. Yes, we know that Elaine Thompson-Herah is in a different camp. She's training, she's putting in the work. And there's a possibility that her training could be going very well also. But of course, that's a mystery too. Here's what I want to add right here. Irrespective of how good an athlete's training is going, that athlete is going to need a lot of races under his or her belt to get themselves in the type of form that they are able to compete and to compete optimally. And this is exactly where I'm concerned for Elaine Thompson-Herah. Elaine has not been as competitive as she used to for quite a number of seasons right now. As a matter of fact, Elaine Thompson-Herah's last race was in early 2024. Before 2024, she barely had any races in 2023, and 2022 was also not one of her good seasons. She has practically been down for the last 3 track and field seasons. So right now, I think that Elaine should be out there on the circuit running races and running a lot of races because she needs to get race sharp. If you look at what happened to Shelly and Fraser Price the other day, we saw her coming out running her first 100 meter of the season where she clocked 11.05 seconds for a 4th place finish. But in the pre-race interview, just hours before that race, Shelly and Fraser Price had mentioned that she was having a fantastic 2025 season in regards to training, and she was also saying that the race in Doha promised to be something special. But at the end of it all, we saw where she was in 4th place with a time of 11.05 seconds. And I'm attributing that to the fact that Shelly and Fraser Price hasn't been running as much as she used to. Right now, we are seeing where she is in a similar situation where she needs a lot more races. She needs to be on the circuit to get herself sharp, to get herself back in form, to be able to compete at the highest level. And it's the very same thing for Elaine Thompson-Herah. She needs to get the races out there. But is there an issue why we are not seeing Elaine Thompson-Herah on the circuit as yet? Could it be that her injury problems are still having the best of her? God forbid, I hope that's not the case. But when an athlete chooses not to come out as early in their season as they used to do, it sets off some warning bells in my head. And for Elaine Thompson-Herah, she's in a new camp, of course. And we don't know how much these new people that are working with her understand her injury and understand how to deal with it. I'm of the opinion that this 2025 track and field season is going to be a very decisive one for the Jamaican athletes. It's going to either be a make or break season. Trust me, that's how I see things playing out right now. For Elaine Thompson-Herah, especially, it's going to be a very, very critical season going forward and could very well determine the direction that her career will go from here. Shelly and Fraser Price has announced that this is her last season, of course. So Shelly and Fraser Price should be out of the game by the ending of this year. For Shericka Jackson, she's in a very similar thread also, struggling to find form this season after last year was disastrous in some sense for her. She had a good first part of the season, but following that we saw where everything went downhill. So it's going to be a detrimental year for Jamaica. But the point of the matter right now is that we have not seen Elaine, so we don't know what is happening. We don't know how healthy she is. We don't know how her training is coming on. So it really leaves a lot for us to wonder. This is one of the things that I hate about track and field. Everything has to be this big secret. I really don't understand why is everything so secretive that people can't announce where they are training, who their coaches. Athletes can't announce that they're having injury issues for the season. Athletes cannot say that things are going wrong. I don't understand why is it that this is so for track and field. And the worst part of it is that when they keep these things as secret and they come out and they underperform, that's the time that they're going to talk about it and they're going to expect a lot of sympathy and understanding. But why would you do that after you have hidden all of this all along? The truth of the matter is that athletes will be getting injured. Athletes will be having issues from time to time. It's nothing new and it's not going to end here. So personally, I would have wanted for athletes to be more transparent and a little bit more open